do you, if there's no bridge, what are you selling into? How do you take profits? What do you guys think about that?
I think it's pretty simple. It's just you go into whatever the ratio is out of favor, because you want to say, all right, let's already set the tone that PHEX, PulseChain, and PulseX are going to be valuable. All right, if we can agree on that, you're just looking for whatever is less in demand right now, because it's the ratio is going to be really bad. And so if it's one PulseX, or I'm sorry, one pulse for 10 PulseX, that's not a very good ratio. 1 to 3 is more my baseline, right? So if you, the more PulseX you can get for one pulse, then that ratio gets farther and farther away from that base ratio of 1 to 3. Then you just go into the thing with a portion of your more appreciating thing. You go back into the thing that's less appreciating in terms of ratio trading.
Interesting. And then at that point, so let's say scenario plays out 20x on the first day, you get it into something else that you think is what you want to hold until there is a bridge. Is there anything to it other than that? You're just trying to play the ratio game, and what is the safest way to do that?
Pre-bridge, we wouldn't have a stable coin, so then you have to find value in some other way, right? And so I think we can establish that value is going to be those 3 tokens for sure. That those will appreciate over time. So you just want to buy, you want to take money out of the 20x thing and put it into the thing that only did a 5x, or take money out of the 20x thing and only put it into the thing that did a 1x, right?
Right.
The farther that disparity goes. Yeah, go ahead.
So basically, you're just trying to get a bigger bag of one thing instead of ratio trading into something else and getting less than you have of the other token, right? You're just trying to increase your bag size. Because they're all
you're just looking for more zeros after your account number in terms of not dollar value, but in bag size of PulseX and the hex.
Yeah, I think that's the confusing part, because it's usually so straightforward. Okay, if you want to take profits, or if you want to get out of something that's went up a lot, you get into stable, calls stable, right? That's the idea. Otherwise, you're doing ratios. Is there you talk about from 20x into a 5x or something that maybe hasn't went up yet. Yeah, is that the only no-brainer move? Is there other moves?
Is there other moves?
Mm-hmm. Like, what if you're not sure? What if you're like, what if Hex is, let's say PLS goes way up 20x and then Hex is like, maybe it's 2 or 3x or something. Or what if everything goes up 20 or 50x? Like,
if everything you handle that the same amount of X's together, then there's no move to make, because everything
just hold.
First thing that I guess whatever one dips first is the thing that you try to put back into, but it would have to drop drastically though in ratio. It couldn't just be a little bit.
And again, obviously this is not financial advice. My strategy, I'm just gonna hold. I'm not really interested in trying to play the market game and win, because in my experience, when I play that game, I'm always the loser. And so I've learned my lesson, and I'm fortunate enough to have been involved in both SACs, and I've got some Hex. I'm good. I'm just gonna hold it. And again, from my personal perspective, is all 3 coins are going to be doing very well. If Hex is any indicator of how Pulse and PulseX is going to perform, because Hex is basically the flagship token that Richard created. If that's any indicator, then they're all going to do very well, and I'm just happy holding. And in a few years, maybe we're all going to be really, really well off. We'll see.
Yeah, if it's like anything like Ethereum and Bitcoin, these floors are going to get made, and then you're never coming back down below them again. That's why the big risk is getting out of position, or like getting rugged on like some kind of like casino play that could come in terms of like a Pepe clone or some other thing that, or even Shiba, like any of those opportunities. They're high risk, and if you lose your stack, or if you lose a portion of your stack, going into this bull run, like you better have a job, because how are you going to recover? Like I would just say, accumulate that which has a proven track record. If you're asking these kinds of questions, And then for everybody else, you know what you're going to do, right? There's a lot of really smart people that listen to this that have plenty of good strategies, whether it be LP providing, using e-fiat or the fiat system to like leverage your position and try to game the market, or I mean, I could. There's so many different options that you can have out there. You can use the incentive token for the pool, the farms to like you get yield. I think yield is the key here, because like if you can hold on to like a decent size of hex going into the bull run, like at $1 per coin, then you're sitting in a position where you can get meaningful like inflows of cash from cryptocurrency on a regular basis, which totally changes your lifestyle. Even if it's just 2,000 a month or 4,000 a month USD, that can be enough to keep you going, and it can really like change your quality of life.